welcome to episode 2 of my random car thoughts as I drive home from work. Normally, I make videos about my Camaro, but don't have a lot of time to work on my cars these days. So, got a lot of random thoughts in my head that maybe some people want to hear. So, episode 2, movies I'd like to see. So, an actor that I really like is Christopher Walken. And dude's getting older, but I still think that he is a fantastic actor, and I'd like to see him and Jon Voight in a Grumpy Old Men style movie. I think that would be hilarious because Christopher Walken has that voice. If I could do it, I probably would. It'd be awesome. It doesn't have to be like a reboot or a remake of Grumpy Old Men, because that is a classic movie in its own right. But I think it would be hilarious, Christopher Walken and Jon Voight doing that. Next movie I'd like to see is a horror movie, but from the demon, ghost, whatever is haunting the family, what that, from their perspective. You know, I hate horror movies that you don't know why the entity, whatever you want to call it, is doing what they're doing. It's always some vague shit that they're evil. Okay, give me some depth in there. Why are they doing it? Like the Conjuring movies. What's the end game? Are they collecting souls to jump up in power level? Or what's the deal? It's always vague. There's no end game to it. It pisses me off. You're like, are you just doing it for fun? Because honestly, if I was a ghost, I would just fuck with people all day long. Just knock shit over, or, you know, when they're sleeping, like tickle their face so they can't get a good night's sleep. Stuff like that. Just be a dick. Wouldn't be, you know, evil. I'd just be annoying because I'd find it hilarious. You know, I'm already dead. What's going to happen to me then? I'm already dead. Can't die again. Next movie I'd like to see is a good action movie, like John Wick style movies, you know, where they have long drawn out shots of action, that's not a million cuts. You know, I feel like I'm gonna vomit watching some of these movies. Like you watch the Marvel movies, their action scenes are so cut up that you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? I think I'm gonna puke. It's sensory overload going on over here. But a good action movie, you know, like fist fights that aren't choreographed. You ever seen a fist fight with two dudes? They always end up wrestling. I mean, unless you're a trained fighter, it's not a dance. You're just trying to beat the other guy up. You know, I'm tired of movies where, you know, there's dudes that can take massive amounts of damage, or they got skills that they shouldn't have, or everything is so convenient. I want to see a guy struggle. You know, like that movie with Jamie Foxx that was just in, where they were mixing people with animals, where he's getting the shit kicked out of him and he can barely stand up. I thought that movie was good. The pistol shrimp towers that he had, that movie was cool. I like that. I like John Wick. The first Taken movie, awesome. So I want to see some good movies. A good horror movie. My oldest daughter and I, we try to watch scary movies at night because that's like our thing. And got to the point where my 15-year-old, she'll go, here comes the jump scare, oh this, and she's calling out the movie. She's 15 years old. People need to step up their game, you know, or a good comedy movie like Superbad was great. Role Models, awesome movie. But maybe I'll throw in a little review for the new Pixar Soul movie. Animation gets a C-. They went, I don't know, looks like they're going Illumination style. Didn't really care for the animation that much. Story was pretty vanilla and safe. Dude focuses too heavily on something, and then something happens, and now he enjoys life. It's been done before, lots of times. Problems I had with the movie are, falls down a manhole. I mean, he had enough trauma falling down the manhole that he died, but then the minute 22 gets into his body's totally fine. What the hell happened to his body? Did it heal itself? I mean, people have died falling down manholes, so his body should have severe trauma to it. And I think the movie could have been better if he would have died as the cat or stayed as the cat, couldn't have found a way back, and he had to watch 22 live his life and all the things he didn't do and live with regret. If he'd have died and he saw 22 living his life, enjoying the things that he should have been enjoying, or, you know, maybe he really liked doing the jazz thing. You know, I know people who, I used to work with a dude. He was happy living in his van, traveling around the United States. You know, he didn't have any relationships with women or anything. He just wanted to work long enough, save up a few $1,000s, drive around the United States, go to national parks. Wasn't doing anything else. He was just enjoying what he wanted to do. I mean, is it so bad that he was singularly focused on his jazz? I don't think so. If that's what made him happy. There were some good jokes in the movie. I laughed, like when he asked 22, why do you sound like a middle-aged white lady? She said, people find it annoying. That was funny. I mean, I think it could have been better. It wasn't really a kids movie, but it wasn't really an adult movie. They took the safe route out. You know, they should have just died. I mean, how hard is it to make a movie? You know, Coco, damn, that movie was great. I love that movie. Up, I mean, that is a great movie. You know, you don't have to have flashy set pieces or crazy action, things like that, to tell a good story. And that's what we want to see nowadays. That's my rant on that stuff. Like always, this video is brought to you by your mom. She's gonna sponsor my videos. Deuce.